Jai Hind friends, today is 2nd of February and today is International Wetlands Day. And today is the day which is considered as the day when American president declared end of the Cold War. So today we will learn uh, what is Cold War and the important events that occurred during the Cold War. Before starting, I want to request you all, if you like this initiative, kindly like the video and give your valuable suggestions in the section below. So let's get started. First of all, I want to clear the term Cold War. Cold War was not like the other conventional wars. It never fought between the USA and USSR directly face to face. But it was basically a ideological difference between the two, and the both of them after the Second World War was considered as the big powers, and the both wants to run this world according to their ideologies. USSR follows the ideology of communism. In communism, the state considered as the welfare state, and there is a too much intervention in the economic activities by the state. And in the other side, USA following the capitalist ideology. In the capitalist ideology, state do least intervention in the matters of the state, in the economic matters, and the market is considered as the pre and the economy is considered as the pre-market economy. And they basically in the Cold War they both are in the race to prove themselves as a superpower. And I now I want to discuss some of the important events that occurred during the Cold War. The first major event occurred was the Berlin blockade of 1948. After the Second World War, Germany was divided into the two parts. One is the Western Germany and the Eastern Germany. Western Germany was controlled by the USA and its allies, and Eastern part was controlled by the USSR. And the city of Berlin was also divided in the eastern and the western part. So in the year of 1948, USSR sieged the city Berlin and blocked all the routes which supply logistics into the Berlin from the USA. So it was not got successful because USA started supplying freight from the aeroplane. The second major event was the formation of NATO, which is now in too much currency. NATO was a political and military agreement between 12 countries that time, and now these are 30 in number. And to counter this, USSR signed a Warsaw Pact between its 6 satellite states. So basically, in the Warsaw Pact, in the NATO, there is an agreement that any of the member country is attacked by any alien country, then they collectively fought and collectively defend that country. So the third major event is the Korean War. See, after the Second World War, when Japan surrendered, USSR captured the northern part of the Korea, and USA captured the southern part of Korea. And later, it is said that there should be elections. So elections held in the 1948, and there was two different governments in the North and the South Korea. And the boundary of the North and the South Korea was the 13-degree parallel line, which is basically 38 degree latitude. And in the year of 1950, the North Korea attacked the South Korea on the 25th of June. On 25th of June, North Korea attacked the South Korea and pushed and crossed the 38-degree parallel line. Then the South Korea appealed to USA to intervene in the war, but in the starting, USA not agreed to intervene in this matter because USA knows that in the year of 1949, USSR tested its first atom bomb, and now if USA will intervene in this matter, then it can become a nuclear war in future. But later, under the public pressure, USA intervened in the war, under a UN resolution, and a combined force of UN-led combined force attacked the North Korea and pulled back it to the Sino-Korean border. And after that, China was also indulged in the war because they reached to the Chinese boundary. So after that, the peace talk started between the North and South Korea, and the ceasefire agreed by the both, and the 38-degree parallel line is considered as the border, and the ceasefire agreed on in 1953. The another major event is the space race. In the year of 1955, American president announced to launch satellites in the space, and after 4 days, USSR also announced the same. And later, it is considered as a space race because both the countries were trying their best to launch the satellite first and to win the race. And finally, it is considered that USSR won the race because uh, it sent its first man in the space, which is Yuri Gagarin. The next major event is the Suez Canal crisis of 1956. Suez Canal was built by the Britishers in the year of 1869 and 1870, between 1869 and 1879. After Egypt got freedom, they proposed to nationalize Suez Canal, but Britain was not ready to leave it, and after that, Egypt forcibly occupied Suez Canal. Then UK, France, and Israel collectively wanted to attack Egypt, but USA brokered an agreement between them because there was a chance of intervention of USSR, and USSR announced that if there is an attack on Egypt, then definitely Soviet Union will participate in the war. The next big event was the Cuban Missile Crisis. In the year of 1962, Cuba was being ruled by a communist government, and Soviet Union equipped Cuba with missiles. Because of that, USA captured the whole Cuban mainland by its navy, and it is considered that there was a big threat of the nuclear war between the Soviet Union and USA because when the Soviet Navy came to Cuba to deliver its threat, then there was a direct face-off between USA and Soviet Union. But USSR president announced to withdraw and dismantle its all missiles on condition that USA will not attack Cuba, and this situation was also averted. The next major event was Vietnam War, but today I don't want to discuss it here because it is a very huge topic in itself. Vietnam War, it takes around 20 minutes alone. So I will make a video tomorrow on the Vietnam War. Then we can come on the next. What was the Soviet-Afghan War? In the year of 1979, USSR deployed its army in the Afghanistan to support a communist ideology party, PDPA, People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan, led by Daud Khan. To counter this, USA started supporting Mujahideen, which later formed Al Qaeda. So there were a long conflict between the Mujahideen and the Soviet forces until Soviet Union withdrawn its all forces from the Afghanistan land. So these are some major events, and later in the 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev became the president of USSR, and this is the time when de-escalation started. He bring many reforms in the Soviet Union because you can clearly see that the pure communist approach is very dangerous for the economic condition of Soviet Union. So the he started liberating the economy, and there were a line of reforms, and later all the satellite states or started demanding for the reforms as well. And finally, in the year of 1991, Soviet Union collapsed, and they became 15, and the Soviet Union divided into 15 different countries. So this was all about the Cold War, and after the collapse of Soviet Union, Cold War got totally ended. So now come to the National Wetlands Day. There was a Ramsar Convention in the year of 1971 in the Ramsar city of Iran. That is why it is called Ramsar Convention, and that was an agreement between the governments to conserve the wetlands, which are very much important for the ecology. And there was an agreement to conserve the wetlands. It was an intergovernmental organization, and India became its signatory in the year of 1982. The present time, India has 75 Ramsar wetland sites, and it covers around 12 lakh hectare of land. So that is all about today's video. Thank you very much for watching this video. Jai Hind.